What is up, sick man? Here we have the full squad. We've got five on it. Yes, I know it's crazy. And do you know what else is even crazier? I'm in I'm in speaker mode when I need to be in gallery. So I've just changed it all for you. Magical. I had my question for the week, and do you know what we hate in the NBA? We hate injuries because it's good for some teams, but it's bad for the teams who it affects. And my question was, it was fill in the blank. It was, I would like to see blank back and healthy for the playoffs. So we're going to go around. We're going to ask each individual member who they would like back. We're going to start with George. You were a little smirky over there.
Okay, so my pick, guys. What do we like in the NBA other than drama? We love the drama. And what's the biggest drama? Breakups. That's right. I'm talking about Ben Simmons returning with the Nets. Let's see who was wrong and who was right. Who was the right person in that couple's breakup right there? Just like with many players in the past, you can see sometimes that maybe it just wasn't the right team fit. And then the player goes off and blows up somewhere else. Let's see who's right in this situation. It's going to be saucy, man. It's going to be saucy.
Philly, if it's a 7-game series, I'll tell you that much.
It's going to be saucy, man. I can't wait to see.
Yeah,
Could you imagine if he just torched the Sixers in the playoffs?
If he starts hitting threes, that would be the funniest outcome. I'm not even gonna lie. If he was just like Ben Simmons breaks the record, broken the record.
Cash. That's probably not gonna happen.
Either way, it's going to be heated. What were you going to say, bro?
Yeah. I was going to say, if he locked down James Harden for 7 games and was just like the connector. And obviously KD averages 45 because it's KD, but and you guys, they end up winning like that. I couldn't even, that'd be insane. Blow my mind.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown that that's, even
or hits
possible,
the game-winning bucket to end the series.
3.
Fucking buried. Oh my God.
I'd be done. That's worse than Kawhi.
The best seats in sports are courtside seats. I can't imagine sort of what the sort of security would have to be like if Ben Simmons just went crazy and the Philly fans were like, fuck this. And just, to be fair, I don't even know what they would do to start punching him. I don't imagine that.
They'd probably just leave though. They'd literally empty. I don't know.
What could you say? Bray, let's go to you next.
All right. My answer is a bit of a niche one, but it's for a very specific storyline. I want Zion Williams back this season. And the reason I want Zion Williams back this season is so they can knock the Lakers out of the play-in tournament so that they don't make the playoffs. That's why I want them back. I think of the kind of 4 teams in that mix, a healthy Pelicans team might have the best chance because CJ's been balling. And we know Zion's an absolute animal as well. And I think they've got, the Lakers team is just old. So it's like, oh, great. Let's get the young guy, we'll run him off the court. It'd be great. Do I think that's going to happen? No, but I'd love to see it because he is so special to watch. I remember when he came back from injury last season, and he was he had a minutes in it, but when he was on the court, he was just absolutely torching dudes. Just every touch was a bucket. Honestly, he is an unbelievable athlete, and I cannot wait to be back.
Point Zion.
Yeah, points on.
That was my pick.
You're all
Pelicans are 10th right now, so they've got a chance of making the playoffs. And I think this whole CJ McCollum resurgence is really good. And he's obviously tried to give him a kick up the arse. And if you're looking at it from a Zion's perspective, I don't think you've got much to lose here. I don't know what type of shape he's in, but he averages 61% from the floor. And I remember there were stretches where he was playing consistently. I remember him playing Philly. I was like, nobody can guard him. We literally can't do anything. Be great to see him back. I like that pick, Bray. Ed, let's go to you next. Let's go to Mr. House.
So I had 3 guys in my mind. None of them have been selected yet. And also just with the Lakers hate today, I'm not liking this, but if one player had to be back and healthy, it's got to be AD. AD and LeBron are the best duo in the league when healthy, and fight me on that. I don't care. We,
That's the big old
we all
asterisk
know
there.
what they can do as a pair. They won the title last year when they're both healthy. And I've always said the reason why I felt the Lakers did the Russell Westbrook trade is for AD insurance, just in case AD is out and they needed a second guy there to help LeBron. That's why I felt Lakers made that. But that's just me thinking. There's two other guys which I'm hoping at least you or Matt will mention for reasons that we've spoken about on other episodes before. But yeah, if there's one guy that has to be healthy, my one wish would be AD.
Made the NBA 75 team. He was incredible in that bubble year, and we can't take that away from him. It's such a shame that injuries have derailed his career. Hopefully he can pick it back up. Mr. Harris, who have you got?
I was going to say AD, but from the difference perspective to Ed, in terms of the fact that, of course, it would be like to see if he could repeat what he did in that 2020 run to the championship, but also because of the fact that the Lakers seem to get a lot of excuses in terms of the fact that they've had injuries, they've got an old squad. If they get AD back and they still fail, then that dispels all those excuses. They are truly seen to be what they are, which is just a massive failure. And yeah, I'm going to keep banging this drum. I called this at the start of the season. I will bang this drum. I
love this
always
so
keep
much.
banging this. Like, you'll never hear the end of this. I'm so smug about this, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Right. So AD for me, but yeah, other names in the mix. I don't know. If I could click my fingers and I could say one player to come back from injury and absolute magical, heroic injury, it would probably be like Kawhi Leonard, for example. If you could just click your fingers magically, obviously that's not going to happen. Same again, like you could throw names like Jamal Murray into there as well for the Nuggets.
Oh, he's coming though.
Yeah.
He is.
So is he going to make it back in time for the playoffs potentially?
I think he might be like a minutes limit in the playoffs type deal.
That would be nice because Jokic deserves help like that, especially considering they've kind of been consistent, haven't they, the Nuggets, in terms of where they were last season, in terms of like their regular season form. So it'd be harsh on Jokic again to not really go deep in the playoffs. So it'd be nice to see him get some help.
It'd be really good. I do love though that Ed was like, let's give the Lakers some love, and then you went, let me use the same points to shit on the Lakers.
Oh yeah, I like it. I'm gonna close it out, and I'm gonna go with a different approach. In the NBA, you have your superstars, but the people that really win you the games are the role players. And right now, the Chicago Bulls somehow, from the DeMar DeRozan, Bray. No.
It was on my list. It was on my list.
Yeah, but you didn't say it. You took Zion. So anyway, it was a good pick. It was a good pick. It was a good pick. Right now, they're missing Patrick Williams, they're missing Lonzo Ball, and they're missing Alex Caruso. Out of those three, I really like what Alex Caruso brings because his defense and his presence, he's been there. He's won a chip with the Lakers. He knows what it's like in the big games. And I think he wins a couple of games for them in the playoffs just from how he plays and taking the load off of Levine and DeRozan. Don't get me wrong, Lonzo's going to be great. Patrick Williams is also going to feel a lot, but that's who I'm excited to see back because I think what he brings, man. Look, again, we're just going towards the Lakers. Look at the Lakers right now. We said that, it's bad what people are saying about Austin Reeves, like, oh, he's the new Caruso, because that shouldn't be a thing. But they're clearly missing him and a lot of other players from that championship run.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. And like when you saw it like from like the beginning of the season, like the connection that teams has, even and when Caruso is there as well, like the runs and the plays he's making off ball just amps it up and amps up.
He's such a selfless player. What were you going to say?
Definitely.
I just want to give a shout out to one person we haven't mentioned yet, and that's got to be Draymond Green. He completely transforms what the Warriors do. And Alex, we had the discussion a week or so ago where we spoke about best teams in West, and I had Warriors ahead of the Suns, and that is not likely unless Draymond Green is back to being Draymond Green, because the Suns are still just cooking, folks, absolutely killing. Oh, some of the games I've been watching, they just absolutely dissect teams. But yeah, nice Warriors discussion. Need Draymond back.
All good picks, boys. Let's see that. Hopefully they're all healthy back for the playoffs.